Hey guys, so we've arrived at session 5. This is the exciting moment when you're done with all these little nitpicky skills projects. This is your chance to create and develop for your own needs. The cool thing about this class too is that, conveniently, easily, it makes it convenient and simple, is that you don't have to get an outside client. That is, you could be your own client. So you can make a website for a client if you want, if that's fun for you and if you can make that work. But you can also make a website for your own purposes for this class, which is actually really nice. So now I know a lot of you already have websites, so I'm counting on you guys to find a good purpose. If making websites is something you've already done 10 times and you know how to do it in your sleep, maybe you should push yourself to try something different. Maybe you want to try developing an app. Um, the requirements for this particular project are not super stringent in terms of content creation. So I think you could conceivably try out building an app, for example. But very likely, most of you are going to end up making a website, which is great. And so what are you supposed to do? Well, I don't give you a lot of instructions beyond what you'll find in this page called the final project in this course. You have that information that you've already seen previously. That just gives you the guidelines, basically the rubric of how you're going to be graded. And then the drafting your project plan. Basically, this module or this session, this 2-week session, is all about planning. But really, I would urge you, because if you look ahead at the course plan, you'll see that you have 2 weeks to actually build your website also during session 6. So just 2 weeks. Not a ton of time, but I think it's enough time. But still, if you think you need a little more than 2 weeks, and you notice that this session's maybe on the short side, maybe the planning doesn't take that long, then I urge you to kind of start getting ahead. Maybe you start building your website during session 5 as well. All right, so I'll go quickly glance at that final project page, but again, we've already talked about it in a previous module. Yeah, so we've got this final project matrix where people need to be posting the various steps of their progress. We have expectations for the website that you will build. Go ahead and read through those. Let me know if you have any questions about them, but basically you do need to have 3 web pages. That can include a home page, an instructional page, and then a third other page. You do need to have an instructional lesson page or you will have 20 points taken off. If you don't have any kind of instruction of any kind, and instruction is very broad, I don't give you a lot of specifics because I have a variety of students, but if you don't have anything that I could call instruction, then you get 20 points off. So, find an audience to teach something to. And we've read a little bit from the Multimedia Learning, Technology Enhanced Learning Principles book, so you're at least vaguely familiar with some of those principles from that Clark and Mayer textbook from a couple modules ago. All right, so you need some graphics, etc., etc. So read these requirements and let me know if any of you have any questions, please. Also, a couple of readings I added to this page since the last time you saw it in a module. I've added some key readings on website planning and processes. So from the Duckett textbook, there's 2 chapters, especially that chapter 18 on process and design. I think it'd be good to read that before you get started. The practical information is just very much that. So check that out. Definitely read the process and design all the way through, and then kind of skim through that practical information as needed. Whatever interests you, you can dwell on it, but you may not need to just sit there and read it cover to cover. Just kind of glance through the topics and see what you want to learn about in there. Deciding on your website platform, again, you have a variety of options. And there's another tool that I might add to this in the next few days. I'm trying to open this module early, so I didn't get to add every little thing I wanted to, but there are places you can go. There's a few really good websites where you can go get CSS templates. And so if you were interested in doing the, the from scratch method, where you code in a code editor and you maybe use your UWG web space and you actually do kind of raw kind of coding kind of stuff, then I would recommend that you use kind of a pre-existing template. And you can Google it too. I don't know what they're called exactly. CSS templates. That may work right there. But there's about 6 really good websites, and I don't know where my notes are, but I came across them this weekend, and I downloaded a lovely template that I want to use myself. But so you could take what you've been practicing all semester and extend it and actually have a pre-made CSS template that you can still tweak. You can go in and modify everything in it if you want, but they're pre-made, they look great, and they'll give you a consistent look and feel. And so it'd be kind of like using a website builder like a Weebly, and yet it will be a little more technical if that's what you desire. So I'll try to remember to put those in. If I don't remember and you're interested, send me an email, please. Anyway, a variety of different options for making a website. You're welcome to get Dreamweaver. It's about $30 for, I think, a month. You can do a 1-month thing. I didn't teach it this semester for reasons I mentioned at the beginning of the semester, but you're welcome to give that a try. You know, I think that you'll find it pretty intuitive after what you've gone through. And also, West Georgia has Atomic Learning, so if you Google West GA Atomic Learning, it'll take you to a link to our Atomic Learning tutorials, their video tutorials, and we have a Dreamweaver tutorial in there that may be useful. So if you're interested in Dreamweaver, you can get 2 weeks of Dreamweaver for free as long as you've not gotten anything for free from Adobe before, I think. So that might be an option. That might be fun for you. And then you would probably post that Dreamweaver website to the UWG web space. And don't worry, if for some reason the UWG web space doesn't work for you, don't let that be something that stops you. I'll take your website in a folder, a zipped folder if need be, so that's not a huge deal. Even though I say up here somewhere at the top that it needs to be published, we'll talk through all that. Anyway, I've already talked over this page. I don't want to totally bore you guys. So let me just quickly look at the next page. Yeah, I'm already 7 minutes in with all this talking. Basically, you're going to make a narrative project plan. You're going to use my Google Doc template. You're going to make a copy, and you're going to fill that out for your web page. So that helps you think through some important questions related to building a website. That's the first thing you're going to do, and you are going to post it to the final project matrix. Make it publicly viewable by clicking the share button, and make sure that anyone with the link can comment, please. And be really careful with that. I'll let you know if I have any issues with that. All right, and then visual project plan. I want you to make a visual map of your website that shows kind of what pages you're planning on creating, and then what's the purpose of that page, what are you going to put on it content-wise, what resources like documents or links or graphics do you need on that page, are they going to be local to your computer, are they external on the web, and if they're external, can you provide a URL for that, please? So this is all about planning. If you get all this planning done, you'll find that making your website is actually pretty easy. Once you're done with the planning, you are going to post that also to the final project matrix, okay? Once you're done with those 2 things, please submit the project plan Dropbox. You can submit it with just a blank Word doc. By doing that, I'll know that you have finished and you're indicating it's ready to be graded. You can also write comments, whatever comments you want in the field telling me that you finished and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, sometimes when I have you post things online, like on the final project matrix, there's just really no point in you also submitting all these things to the Dropbox. You're welcome to do that too. Sometimes people like to really submit a lot in multiple places, but you don't have to. If it's on that final project matrix and if I'm able to open it, then you're good to go. So if you're finished with your plans, you can move on to production. And like I say here in this verbiage, I don't give you a whole lot more information beyond what you've already seen on this final project in this course page. If you need more guidance than what is here, again, let me know. I think that this is open-ended enough for you to know what to do. You've got your expectations and points tied to them. You've got a I haven't linked the Dropbox here, but you know where to find the Dropbox. You can go here to drop. Well, you're not looking. You can go to the Dropbox at any point by clicking the word Dropbox at the top navigation bar and go to your website production and publication Dropbox. If you actually want to look inside of it and look at the rubric inside of it. But so I'll add a little bit of information for that session 6, but you know what to do. So let me know what questions you have. And again, if you want to do something a little bit outside the box for this project, if you've been bored out of your gourd with CSS and HTML because you already did that at some point in your life, now's the time to extend yourself and do something you haven't done before. So take this opportunity and let me know if you have any wacky ideas that you need to run by me. All right, guys. Thanks so much.